This time on Woody's Garage, we fix the vroom vroom thing.
So I'm going to change my throttle cable today on my CT70. First thing we got to do is take off this grip. This grip is just taped on there. It's already was split and stuff, so I'm just going to take a razor and cut it off. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Let me see. Got to take off the front brake to get a screw that's underneath there. Haha. That's just kind of a screw sticking through there. And no, you're wrong. That's for this button. Now what we got is the screw on the bottom of the throttle that it rides on. You got to take that out. The throttle will like roll off, twist it off as it rides along that. If you notice in here, it's kind of spiraled. So this is what you'll have. You'll have this collar thing up here. Then you'll have this part. This is when you twist that thing and it spirals. It pulls the cable right there. And this holds the cable end in place. I believe you got to pull that out. Hang on a sec, let me look at it. This piece just floats in here. You can pick it up like this and pull it and get the cable off. So that's what we did. And then that's loose. Somehow I thought there was a screw holding this too. But you pull this out, but we want to take the cable out from this end first so that we have some slack. This is what we got here. This is a Chinese carb, not the original. Works good. And that's a washer that just sits up inside of there. And you want to give it some slack and pull a cable out of the bottom, out of there. There's a cable end. Just pull it out like that, and it all comes apart. As you note here, it's got some threads right here. These screw into this thing right here. So you got to kind of unscrew the cable from there just by turning it. By pushing the cable in the bar, you can get this thing out. And then unscrew it from the cable. And I hope I got the right cable. It won't destroy this one. Although it's pretty destroyed, it's very frayed. And we got the old one out. Now the new one's got to go through. The new one's got to go through this grommet right here and come up through the handlebar. And the new cable looks the same as the old cable. And just screw this thing back on. Back in the channel. There it is. Looking pretty. Cleaning all the parts as we go. Do the slider next. Everything's pretty clean. A miracle in itself. Get the cable up here. Come on, brother. There it is. Right in there. We'll pull the other end. So it sits right there. Oh, I forgot the collar. I forgot this thing. This one didn't come with a boot, so I'm going to reuse the old boot from the old cable. Just slide it on first so you don't forget. Something else to note is you have an adjustment here to get the slack out of the cable. This thing turns. Just turn it all the way in and go from there. I put the spring on first, then get the cable through this side. It sits in that hole in the bottom there. Now on the other side there's another notch. That's where your idle control screw goes in and pushes against that and raises it up or down by that little ramp. Also, you want to thread the cable down between the handlebars. So this is what we got. I need to screw this on so that it makes the throttle work. At least I think this is right. And you got to get that collar thing lined up so you can put the screw back in there. I'm a little sluggish on the return. I didn't put any oil or any grease in it. I don't really like to do that, but I think it's good. All I have is that old grip to put back on. I'm just going to put that part in the carburetor and it's all set to go. Oh, except for, I mentioned the slack before. And this doesn't have any, I mean, it starts pulling right away. So this is bottomed out and there it will stay. And we'll drag the boot over. Two hands works better. Hang on. Yeah, and one other thing. Where the cable goes, there's a little pin that goes right through there, and that aligns on here. So you got to find that when you put the, when you drop it down into the carb. See, wouldn't go till you found the pin. So I started it up. It was revving too high. The cable was, like I said, it was tight. My problem was this. I screwed into this side. Can you see that? Sorry, I'm under the deck. You got to screw into this side. I'll show you what it looks like. It has a hole on this side that the cable goes in. I screwed into the threaded side, and that would make a big difference on cable length. I thought it was a little tight down there at the throttle slide. That's what it should look like. Oh, it's so dark in here. Hang on. That's what it should look like. That's how I like it. A little bit of slack there. if I can take that up with this adjustment. Let me try it off camera. You turn it out that much, it looks good. We'll start it up and see if that is right and the idle is right. It was a little low. Crank it up here. Yeah, like that. Maybe just a tad higher, but overall good. Wish I had another good grip to put on, but I don't. Well, after looking and looking, I think I might have found the gas cap. This is for Benelli Mojave, I believe. And, you know, I started looking for one of these for the Bronco, a Fantic. Did a lot of searches, and I found out, you know, Italian bikes are going to use, you know, some of the same parts. And I look at the pamphlet, and I'll probably put a picture of it here. Sorry, I'm eating sunflower seeds. And it looked just like this one, and the measurements are just like this one. So let's get this thing off. Never found out if it would work or not, and see if this will work together. Well, I know it will. Just hang on. Oh, it's one kind of wanky. But I must say the neck and stuff of the tank is kind of rusty. It's not going all the way down on one side. I had to bend the tabs up a little bit. And then it went on, but it's still like a little funky, but that's definitely on there and definitely sealed, so it'll work, and I'll probably get used to it.